Hi, this is Josh Stevens. I'm the VP of Product at Current. And, um, just feel very grateful that throughout this crazy year, Amplitude has been there for us. And it's incredible to be recognized for how we continue to use your great service. Current is a leading challenger bank. So we serve Americans who have been overlooked by traditional banks in the U.S. There's over 100 million people, 130 million people in the U.S. who live paycheck to paycheck, and we're dedicated to building products that specifically solve the financial needs of this demographic. Many of our members don't have much money, so we build products designed to get them faster access to their money, help them spend it smarter. With the onset of COVID and the sort of pandemic that followed, obviously millions of Americans were losing their jobs or being forced to take lower wage jobs. So at Current, we saw a huge opportunity to provide even more savings for all Americans at a time when they needed it most. And the way we did that was by creating an initiative to provide top line discounts and savings for everyday purchases. So in July, Current became the first mobile bank in the US to launch a points reward system that was based specifically on debit purchases. So our members are able to earn points for making their everyday purchases at over 14,000 merchants, including both local businesses, restaurants, coffee shops, hardware stores, as well as national retailers like Subway, Burger King, Rite Aid, and more. Those points could be redeemed for cash and other rewards inside their Current app. And members were also able to find those offers on a map located directly inside the app. So that was all based on their real-time location. Essentially, what around me is going to give me deals. Most of our members do not have credit cards. They rely on debit for purchases. So having cash rewards is really a first-time experience for many of them. So even while we were developing it and even prior to launching it, we used data from Amplitude to help determine which merchants were most heavily frequented. That enabled us to provide top-line discounts at places our members were already visiting daily. This was a clear way to help them put more money back into their wallets, which was obviously crucial for the millions of Americans who live paycheck to paycheck. And due to COVID, changes in our own work structure, as well as changes within the broader retail space, launching this was a massive challenge. But providing more financial relief and savings at a time when many were struggling financially made this an important priority for us. On results, Current members are now receiving up to 10% cash back on purchases as a result of this feature. We've continued to improve and expand the feature. We've been able to utilize both app usage behavior as well as swipe behavior in Amplitude to increase the offerings to members. We've been able to consistently evaluate our onboarding funnel for it, our usage funnels for it, and continue to improve on that. And I think perhaps as importantly, we've been able to launch rewards with new relevant partners based on continuing swipe information that we're getting. So that includes Burger King, McDonald's, and Family Dollar, as well as a huge selection of gas stations. These are places that our members already spend at frequently. In just the first few weeks of offering points at Burger King, Current saw a 5x increase in spend versus the previous weekly average, which was incredibly positive for us. And at gas stations, we're seeing that our members are expected to earn up to $165 a year in cash back just from swiping their Current card at the pump, as part of our commitment, basically, to building products that put more money back in their pockets. So we use Amplitude to track pretty much everything at Current. So we track all of our events and usage of all of our features. But I think with our points product, this was particularly important. This was a new feature for us, and we had to make sure that we were effectively tracking how users were using it and learning very quickly and iterating on it. So we tested actually a number of different use cases. We A/B tested 2 different implementations of it, and we essentially used the data we got to improve the product, continue to increase overall adoption, and continue to make sure that it was successful. And so that was everything from how many members were enabling points on their account. That was how many swipes at certain points locations, percentage of members who are earning points, total points earned, et cetera. But I think a lot of it also had to do with just ensuring that our members knew and cared about the feature, and that was something they were continuing to engage with and re-engage with on a consistent basis. And that's something really that only the data will continue to tell you. advice I would give from a product perspective is, spend the time to really understand your customer. The knowledge of their concerns, their challenges, their needs, that's what helps drive innovation in your product. So the easiest way to do that, frankly, is to let data guide you. There's no feature is going to be perfect. Your hypotheses and expectations may not be correct. So leave yourself open to surprise and let data really guide your way. Let data inform your subsequent iterations. Because ultimately, in the end, if you're able to stay humble, then I think you'll be surprised with what type of really incredible product you can continue to deliver.